The practice of Lectio Divina is a vehicle for using scriptures to simply be with God. The goal is not to try to get something or figure something out, but just to allow yourself to be present in a relationship with God. The process we will go through in Lectio Divina is to read a passage slowly numerous times, and then to have a space of silence after each reading to reflect and experience ourselves and God in the moment. Each time we read it through, I will give you prompts for questions or noticings. Today, I've chosen a passage of Scripture from Psalm 65, verses 1 and 2. I'll be reading this from the Message translation. As we begin, I invite you to find a place that you feel comfortable and safe, a place that you can be relatively quiet and free from distraction. I invite you to get into a comfortable position, preferably sitting with your feet on the ground, and the ability to sit up straight so that you can breathe breath and life into your body. As we begin, I invite you, if you feel safe, to close your eyes and bring your awareness into your body. We'll begin with a deep breath, breathing in through your nose and back out through your nose. And take that deep breath, breathing it all the way into your body, deep into your lower back, slowly. Then exhaling slowly through your nose. Continue repeating those deep breaths 3 to 5 times, just to help your body to slow down and find a slower rhythm, and for you to become aware of being present here and now in your body. As I read this passage of Scripture, I invite you to be present here and now to your body and to Scripture and to God. Notice what it feels like to be in your body in this moment. Bring your awareness to your embodied presence, not fixing it or judging it, but just being aware. If your attention wanders, that's completely fine and expected. When that happens, feel free to bring your awareness back to your breath, back into your body, into the present moment. And just practice doing that now, bringing your awareness to your breath, to your body, to your embodied presence. Again, not fixing or judging, just being aware. And now, as I read this passage for the first time, I invite you to notice what words or phrases you are drawn to in this passage. Silence is praise to you, Zion dwelling God. And also obedience. You hear the prayer in it all. Now, sitting in some silence, notice what words or phrases you were drawn to. As I read the passage again, be aware of what you feel or notice in yourself or in your body as I read this passage again. Silence is praise to you, Zion dwelling God. And also obedience. You hear the prayer in it all. Now in the silence, take time to notice what you felt or what you feel, noticing what you're feeling in your body or in your emotions. And now, as I read the passage again, I invite you to notice if there's any invitation to respond or say anything to God. Silence is praise to you, Zion dwelling God, and also obedience. You hear the prayer in it all. Again, taking some time in silence to notice any invitation to respond or say anything to God. Feel free to offer that up in prayer in this silence. And now, as I read the passage through a final time, I invite you to use the silence to be open to receiving, listening to, or noticing God, or just simply being with God. Silence is praise to you, Zion dwelling God, and also obedience. You hear the prayer in it all. Again, I invite you to take the time in silence to be open to receiving from God or noticing God, or simply just being with God. And now, as we come to a close of this space, I invite you to continue to be present to yourself and to God as I offer this prayer. God, we thank you for this time and for this space to be able to be together with you. May you help us now and in our day-to-day lives to see you, to hear you, to feel you, and to respond to you. I now invite you to take a couple of deep breaths all the way into your lower back. And as you do so, to touch your fingertips, to wiggle your toes, and when you feel comfortable, to open your eyes and become aware of your surroundings. May the Lord be with you as you go through your day today.